special. God made you unique, so don't you dare conform to the world that you see. Every butterfly is different. That's the way it's supposed to be. So go on and show your colors for all the world to see. Hey, yeah. So you can clearly see. Go to higher level and find your liberty.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy Thursday as we begin to wind down our Black History Month. And today, I was taken away, and I'm kind of mad at my own self for not really looking at the videos of these two amazing women, Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison. So I was so emotional, y'all, and I hope y'all be just as emotional as I was in referencing to these two amazing women. And remember, I talked about there's power in the whisper. There's power in the whisper. And I have been looking at these videos of these ladies from the 70s up until now. And y'all, they were so powerful, but they didn't raise their voice. And they commanded respect. So today we are honoring Toni Morrison and Mrs. Maya, and they both have passed away. One passed away in 2014 and one passed away in 2019. And I don't think I honestly realized how amazing these two women were. Like I always, Phenomenal Woman, Maya, Still I Rise, and all these other poems. But yeah, these ladies, wisdom, I knew the wisdom, but just to sit here and listen to these interviews that I looked at. And one of them that was so powerful to me was one that Toni Morrison did with the person, Miss Evelyn, with a white lady. And that lady said that with her whole chest. And Maya said, do you understand how racist what you said to me? And she said it with such elegance. And she said it with such softness, but she sliced her up. And I'm like, these women were amazing. So today we are going to honor Toni and Maya. So I want to put Toni up first, and I do have a write up about them. Hold on for 1 second. Um, they commanded authority in a loud world softly. And remember, these were women, and these are also times when women, didn't have a voice, but these two commanded a voice. And in places where they shouldn't have been. Toni was an editor. Toni was in some spaces that she shouldn't have been in, but she came anyway. So, Ms. Evelyn, I think you guys are going to enjoy this one today. I'm asking you to please share it. Let's talk about it. Featuring Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison. Power doesn't have to always come in a roar. Sometimes it arrives steady, measured, certain. And when it speaks, you listen. In the mid to late 20th century was marked by civil rights protests, cultural shifts, and social upheaval. Black voices was rising across America. Yet, not all revolutions sounded like shouting. In a world that equated power and volume, Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison chose a different register. They did not chase attention, they commanded presence. In a world that equated power with volume, Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison chose something different. And Maya declared truth with rhythm and dignity. Morrison centered Black identity without apology. They did not raise their voices, they raised consciousness. Today, we honor two women whose authority did not require amplification. Maya Angelou's cadence carried certainty, and when she spoke, the room became still. Toni Morrison wrote with intentional depth. She did not over explain Black existence, she centered it. Now, remember what I just said. Toni Morrison centered Blackness unapologetically. Angelo said, Still I rise, not loudly, but undeniably. Morrison wrote stories where Black people were not characters in someone else's narrative, but understood something powerful. Authority is not about noise, it is conviction. They spoke in a way that required you to listen. And when they whispered truth, the world heard it. So I found some shorts. I found one when Maya was young and when she was older. And I found one when Toni was young and when she was older. They're both like a minute because these are the shorts. I want to share this with y'all. I want to share Toni Morrison's first because, baby, she was not one to be played with. This is Miss Toni Morrison. She was born in 1931 and she passed away in 2019. Some things about Miss Toni Morrison before I show you the video. Some of her key facts: she was born February 18th, 1931 in Lorain, Ohio, and she died August 5th, 2019 in Bronx, New York. Her notable works: The Bluest Eye, Song of Solomon, and Beloved. Major honors. She was a Pulitzer Prize winner in 1988, and she was the first Black woman to get the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature in 1993. And she got the Presidential Medal of Freedom with President Barack Obama in 2012. She was a senior editor at Random House, and she was a professor at Princeton University. So, you guys, this is the beautiful Toni. Baby, Toni is Tonying. I found some pictures. Our Black women wore them afros, didn't they? But I found a young picture in the 70s, and this is her in her later years and her dreadlocks. Her locks were amazing. So what I want to do is share with you guys. This is something she said in 1977. I remember we had just the Civil Rights Act just passed in 1965. She was trailblazing even before that. But this is an interview that she did in 1977 that I want to share with you guys. And let's go. I hope you guys are liking this so far. I was almost in tears again today, y'all. So this is Toni Morrison. Let me share. And let me say.
Being a woman limited me in some regard. I thought only of certain kinds of art forms I wanted to be involved in, and they included dancing. I wanted really to be Maria Tall Chief most of my life. But that's why the book is about men, because when I thought of that idea, I couldn't use women characters to explicate that idea.
Which you had done in your
My previous
novels.
books are all, the major characters are women, or young women, older women, and they're the ones, they're the center of the book, and it's sort of closed like a room, like a house. But this book, because it was about both freedom and escape and abandonment and triumph, had to be about men. And it was an enormous difference for me. A huge difference is I'd never really tried to become that intimate with a character, a man.
Okay, hold on. That's her. Did y'all hear her voice? Now that's in 1977. Because that's what I said yesterday. There's power in a whisper. And ladies, I think we can learn from her. I think we need to learn. These are our aunties. So, ladies, I'm telling you. And you know what I think is amazing? When you talk in that tone, you command people to watch your lips because you're not screaming, you're not yelling. So, in order for them to understand what you're saying, they have to look at you intently so that they can understand what you're saying. Now, that was her in 1977, talking about a book where she centered men, right? Now, this is her, baby. This is a white interviewer asking her, would she ever center white people in her words, in her books? Baby, baby. Here we go. This one here took me out. And this is the type of, honestly, y'all, this is the type of power that I want to command. I don't have to scream at you. I don't have to yell at you. But baby, we're not playing. And she looked that white lady in her whole face. I don't think the lady realized how much she was cut. Well, let me share with y'all what Toni did. And I would encourage you guys to go and watch her. But y'all, I'm learning there's power in a whisper. Because see, this is what I also knew about a whisper. I'll come back with that. Let's get back to Miss Toni and her with this second one that she talked to this guy. I was like, no, she didn't, but yes, she did. Okay, Miss Toni. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one here. Okay. And let me see if I can blow it up. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Yep. Okay, here we go. Hit it.
When are you going to write about black people?
Oh, wait.
Whether he did or not,
Wait.
or she did or not.
Wait.
Even the inquiry.
Maintain this safe, and you will maintain this safe place for yourself, for your art. You don't think you will ever change and write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially?
I have done.
In a substantial way?
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people? Whether he did or not, or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, you know, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am is the mainstream.
And
did you hear? Hold on for 1 second. I was like, did you hear how eloquently she told that lady? How racist that question was? And did you see the song? Now, I gave y'all the first video of her in 1977. Now I'm talking to the ladies now. Ladies, the aunties is trying to tell us something. That first video, she was in 1977. Listen to her voice. And he had to be mesmerized by her lips because she didn't talk loud. Now, even in the second one, did you see how she moved? With a smile on her face, she told that lady, do you even know how racist that question is? Because you would never ask a white author, when would they center black people? Y'all, I was like, aunties they gave us the blueprint. So ladies, we need to quit screaming. Ladies, we need to quit yelling. Because let me tell you something, even with your husband or your children, it has been scientifically shown that you run the room with a whisper. Let me tell you what I mean. We'll come back. Now let's talk about this beautiful Miss Maya. Let's come on up. Let me bring Miss Maya up. Baby, these two women, aunties. I'm talking to the women. I'm talking to the nieces today. The nieces, the aunties. This is Miss Maya in 1928. And she passed away in 2014. She's a poet. She's a memoirist and a civil rights activist. And she was also amazing. So let me give you guys some general information about Miss Maya. Miss Maya Angelou was an American poet, memoirist, and civil rights activist, renowned for her lyrical portrayals of Black womanhood, resiliency, and the human spirit. Her landmark autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, and the poem Still I Rise made her defining literary and cultural voice in the 20th century. She she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2010 and the National Media of Arts in 2000. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri. She was raised in Stamps, Arkansas. Angela experienced harsh realities of segregation and racial trauma after being sexually abused at the age of 8 and rendered mute for several years. She found solace in literature and memorized works by Shakespeare and Poe. Encouraged by her teacher, Bertha Flowers, she rediscovered her voice, oh my gosh, through reading poetry aloud, an experience that deeply shaped her later in her artistry. Did y'all know that she wasn't talking for years? For several years after her trauma, she did not talk, but it was poetry that brought her back. Mm. You know that saying? Wow. You know the saying? For we know all things work together for the good. Is that from that she began to read Shakespeare and Poe. And from that, she became the amazing woman that she is. And now I can understand why I'm going to show you guys two clips of Miss Maya, and one in her young age. And what was interesting, it was something that Billie Holiday said to her. And now I understand it even more. So this is just giving me more reverence to these amazing women. And I think I need to go back and do some more reading on these two women because they were totally amazing with their voices. So now I want to share with you Maya in her young age and listen to her voice again. And then I have a clip of Maya in her elderly age and listen to her voice again. There's power in a whisper, ladies. Let's get this up here. This is so good. I'm at awe with Miss Maya. I think it's this one. This is her. Yeah, this is her in her young age. This is Miss Maya, which I thought was pretty cool. Let me season it up and let me play it for you now.
Alive. But the white family. Why is that? It's a kind of strength that is almost frightening in Black women. It's as if a steel rod runs right through the head down to the feet. And I believe that we have to thank Black women not only for keeping the Black family alive, but the white family. Why is that? Because Black women have nursed a nation of strangers.
Wow. Jesus.
For hundreds of years, they literally nursed babies at their breast who they knew when they grew up would rape their daughters and kill their sons. That's a fact.
That's strong.
I know, but it's the truth, Bill. It's the truth.
Wow.
There is a kind.
Okay, hold on, y'all. That took me. Did y'all hear what she said? I gotta make sure. Did I end that wrong? Did y'all hear what she said? The strength of a Black woman, y'all. The topic of that one was the frightening strength of a Black woman. And when she put it that way, we not only kept the Black family together, but she said that we nursed the very white children. Jesus. Y'all, whoo, that took me right there. Hey, Ty, that took me. And that white man was like, that, she said, but it's the truth. And what I love, but she did not stutter. She said, but it's the truth. Come on, y'all. We nurse their children. My God. When she did, we nursed our children and theirs. Oh my God. Okay. That one shook me, y'all. Got my tea over here. Got some. Ooh. Okay, let's continue. The last one on Miss Maya. That was powerful. Hold on. Ooh, that was powerful. Okay. And this is Maya. Where is it at? Yep, this is her. Let me take this one off. And so I won't get confused. This is Maya. Let me share and fold it out. And here we go.
Can be consistently fair. Some philosophers say courage is the most important of all the virtues, because without courage you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Can be consistently fair, kind, or true, or honest, or generous. None of those things. You can be anything erratically, but to be it consistently, you have to have courage. Some philosophers say courage is the most important of all.
Did y'all hear that? Can I just say, I'm over here just as emotional. These women were amazing. And did you hear what I'm talking to my ladies now? But did you hear their tone? They spoke with authority in a whisper. I went back from the 70s up until the 2000s, and their voices were the same. Miss Evelyn, Ty, even with your children, and the reason I can show y'all this is that it has been shown in the study, even for teachers. Well, let me tell you how powerful a whisper is. And I can give y'all an example. Anybody, say for instance, if we was all in a room together, and all of a sudden I started to talk, and then I started to do this, Ty, look. So, yeah, I'm talking. That's when I go, and did you know that? And then we did this. Do you know what your brain does automatically? You will start to whisper, and then you go say this to me, Rochelle, why are we whispering? It's kind of like when you see a person run, and you don't know why, but you run with them. It's the same thing with a whisper. Those women commanded power. It wasn't forced. They were in authority by their voices. Oh, y'all, this has got me going. Ladies, I'm talking. I'm gonna keep talking to the children. Nieces, we don't need to be screaming all the time. We don't need to be screaming all the time. Let's do our affirmations. I hope y'all enjoyed this. We don't need to be screaming, baby. There's power in your whisper. So let's go. My voice carries authority without force. Do you know how powerful you got to be that you can really cuss somebody out softly? Oh, come on. My next affirmation. I do not need volume to validate my power. Let me say that again. I do not need volume to validate my power. These is good today. I speak calm conviction and grounded confidence. Y'all, they're trying to help us. I think we need to listen to them. Our aunties from the grave is trying to help her nieces out. Hello? In the scripture, Proverbs 31:26. When she speaks, her words are wise, and the kindness in the rule for everything she says. Now, you notice them sisters said some pretty amazing things, Miss Evelyn, but they didn't scream. I'm trying to help y'all. I never forget, I had a friend, her name is Deborah Henderson. And Deborah would go off on you. And you would look down and she'd have slashed you, just cut you up. But she did it in such a beautiful way, you didn't even know. She just paper cut your whole face. Y'all know what a paper cut is? But she said it with such authority, Miss Evelyn, that you didn't have an option. She wasn't disrespectful, but she told you the truth. Mhm. And she commanded the room with her tone. And I can say, I've been working really hard on this, y'all, especially in the therapy world. I've asked God to help me give a calm voice to my clients. But now it has zoomed in everything that I do. And now they'll be like, Rochelle, why are you so calm now? Because I need to be, for me, but for my clients, but even for the world. It is enough chaos right now going on in these United States of America. I don't need to add to the chaos. And I don't think you do either. I don't think we have to add to the chaos. Mm-mm. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this one today. Tomorrow is our last official day. This is going to be a recap of how much we as Black people has had resilience and how we changed the world. But what Miss Maya Angelou said is that we not only nurtured our children, but we nurtured the white people's children who did not like us. Because we had to breastfeed them with our milk. Those kids was intimate with us. That was powerful, y'all. Okay, let me give y'all an empowerment moment, and then we will do our affirmation. I know, Miss Evelyn, this has been, but this I would encourage y'all, just go to YouTube, type in Maya. You can look at shorts, and you can look at some of their interviews. But y'all, and you know what I loved about them? And they looked you dead in your eye. They did not look down. Do you know how powerful of a person you have to be that when you speak in such eloquence and softness, with such power and conviction, and you look them dead into their eyes? Oh my God. Y'all listen. We need to follow them two aunties, ladies. I'm trying to help y'all. Hey, Miss Alice, I'm trying to help y'all. These two women was, man, they were a force to be reckoned with. You hear me? There is a misconception that power must be loud, that real authority does not beg for attention. You do not have to scream to be strong. You do not have to raise your voice to raise your impact. There is power in composure. When you know who you are, you don't compete with volume. You speak, and those meant to hear you will lean in. That's mature authority. That's rooted confidence. That's a voice aligned with identity. When you know who you are, you don't compete with noise. You speak. And those that are meant to hear you will lean in. God dog it. Listen, y'all. Baby. The aunties and top, listen, I'm 60. I told you I'm still becoming Rochelle. And I don't know about y'all, but this right here, this right here, that's wisdom. We need to be teaching this to our younger generation of women. You don't need to be loud. to command the room. Just walk in a room with your head high and a smile on your face. And you don't have to say a word because you've said everything by your body posture, by your head tone. You don't have to yell. Okay. I hope this helped y'all ladies today. This helped me big time. Truth anchors me. Clarity guides me. I no longer abandon myself to keep the peace. Say that again. Truth anchors me. Clarity guides me. I no longer abandon myself to keep the peace. What is revealed is here to heal me. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. Let us pray. Heavenly Parent, thank you for women like Maya Angelou and Toni Morrison who demonstrated that authority does not require noise. Teach us to speak with clarity, not chaos. Give us voices anchored in truth and spirit rooted in confidence. Help us trust that you place in our mouths carries weight. May our words heal, may our words build, and may our words transform. Let our presence command respect without striving. It is in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Mm. Y'all, this was so good to me. I would encourage you to just go to YouTube and check out their interviews. I was just in awe. There were so many pieces that I wanted to show, but I said, no, I have to stay focused. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this one today. Encourage and share it with some other women. And I think women, our power is in our whisper, not in our yell. Don't believe me? When you and your boo get to arguing, start whispering and tell me what he does. I'll wait. And just cash at me $10 for lunch. Mm-hmm. And if it don't work, I'll cash up you 10. While he's screaming and yelling, instead of you screaming back at him, just start talking low. Because in order for him to hear you, he has to bring down his volume as well. Okay? I love y'all with the what? With the love